heart and soul and money and everything else into making the place a good place. I want to say right up front to Cardinal Wellness, there are many people that have the NIMBY, not in my backyard syndrome. And your attorney did a great job trying to present your case. I have spent 5 years related to the opioid abatement problem. It's one of the largest private settlements in the world, $70 billion. As you may recall, decades ago on the tobacco settlement, lots of money was spent, nothing happened. The next largest settlement at that time was the national mortgage settlement, which my company helped from A to Z. It all worked, we got the solutions, everything is fine. The reason I became concerned about the opioid, it's just one of the drugs, the problem is that I knew the money was not gonna have the desired impact, just the way it was structured. There's a Judge Polster in Ohio, who you may be familiar with, who was in charge of this, and great lawyer, but there was no clarity about how are we gonna make the world a better place. So the epidemic is a major problem, but I know from experience, by studying this in detail for 5 years, the ideal treatment facilities are not on Main Street in Gordonsville. Among other things, you need security from the school zone, you need support groups, you need the ability of jobs, transportation, all that stuff. For example, Cardinal Wellness facility in Warrenton is a much better location for that. This is not it. And so in the packet I gave you, we gave the letter when this first came out with some thoughts. That's attachment 1. Attachment 2 was risk mitigation. My expertise is in risk. This is a major risk. It's going to kill Gordonsville. We've all worked too hard for it. And so I think the solution is to really look with clarity. And in all my life, for anything, it could be personal situations, business, it comes down to 3 questions. Ask the right questions, get the right answers, and take the right actions. In this case, your zoning application is pretty good. It asks basic questions. Who is it? What is it? Where's it going to be? And so on. So I think that part was good. Right questions. The problem came in terms of getting the right answers. Frankly, the answers, I'm not blaming anybody, but it's like a bucket of jello. We can't get the address right, can't get the lot numbers right, included the Methodist Church, had everything else. The address is not even the right side of the street. Granted, those are details. But then it gets into the use. What's going to be here? Well, it's a hospital, it's not a hospital, you've seen it all, I'm not going to repeat it. So, what my belief is that everybody involved from the town's standpoint could not take the right actions because they never got the right answers. And if they had the right answers, I think we would have had a different outcome. So I personally believe that strategically, as well as legally, we need to look at it. I think our attorney did a great job of making the clarification of what the zoning ordinances say now, but definitely, it's too important to let it go. Now, from a business standpoint for Cardinal Wellness, I understand the business. I've checked out the parent company, the various entities, many entities. As you know, there have been some problems, but the state of New Jersey Attorney General wrote a document that came out called The Dirty Business of Getting Clean. We're not accusing anybody, but there's a lot of money here, and you really have to be heads up on what's happening. Now, what's going to happen right now, both sides have a litigation strategy. We are not going to let it go. If it goes the wrong way, we'll take it to the Supreme Court of Virginia if we have to. This is going to cost the town money. It's going to create problems. The right thing is to make a decision and look at it and move on. In terms of Cardinal Wellness, legal fees, your rent starts October 1st, and just to get to the Orange County Circuit Court, that's going to take several months, and it ain't going to stop. So we'll go as long as we have to go, but we love Gordonsville too much. I did it.